we're very lucky to have Nikolai Tolstoy with us, who's a very distinguished author. I was trying to count the number of books he's already written. I unfortunately failed at that, but it's not a small number. And looking through his biography, I was most sort of impressed by the year 1978, when not only did he publish 2 books, but he also had a member of the audience who's here with us today. So I think that shows sort of how much he's accomplished over the many years. I've recently read one of his books, The Victims of Yalta, which is very extensively detailed and very well researched. And I think you also get the sense of how good he is at telling stories when you're reading it. From the tales of sort of Cossacks singing songs in Austria to some of the other adventures that they've been on. It's something I highly recommend. So that book that I named was also sort of instrumental in changing public opinion and policy in Britain, and really making light of what happened to millions of Russians who ended up in Western Europe after the Second World War, in terms of some of the forced repatriations that happened, and people got sent back into the Soviet Union, mostly to reach pretty unfortunate ends. After the book was published, the parliamentary commission, I guess, came together, and there was even a monument that was put up, which now stands across from the V&A Museum in London, as a monument to all the victims who lived through that. So I think in many ways the work that Nikolai did in this area was very groundbreaking and really showing a sign and giving a voice to people who really hadn't had much of one for many years before that. So without further ado, I'll hand it over to Nikolai